Hello everyone and welcome to the second Singapore Open Nationals Invention Convention 2020. I am Magdalene from IDE Academy, your MC for the event. Before we begin, we would like to extend our sincere gratitude to LDR Technology for bringing this event, formerly physical, to a mixed reality platform in under 3 months. This has allowed us to celebrate invention education together while keeping our inventors, judges, and guests safe. LDR Technology is truly a leader of digital transformation. We would also like to thank our generous corporate award sponsors, Unity, 3 Ducks Design, Future Ready Academy, Novum Education, and PAP Community Foundation, PCF, who have all supported IDE Academy's mission to prepare students for a future yet to be invented. This year, we welcome young inventors from not only Singapore, but Japan, Thailand, and Vietnam, who are all here to share with us their solutions to real-world problems. Their invention journey is commendable. For them to be here today, they have identified a problem, researched and understood, sought original solutions, designed, built, and where possible, tested and retested, and finally, learned how to communicate it all. Inventors, be proud of what you've accomplished. Over the next few days, these inventors will be presenting live in front of judges and guests. Their online submissions will also be judged by industry professionals and educators from all over the world. STEMI Invention Education aims to equip students with real-world skills, and through this program, students not only learn about problem-solving, invention, and innovation. They are challenged to be entrepreneurs and to find the marketing and social value of their inventions. Last year, our winners from the Singapore Nationals were invited to compete in the US Open Nationals Invention Convention. Our 2 teams did Singapore proud by winning the Global Impact Award and the second place in the kindergarten category. Our winners of the Global Impact Award, Ritvik and Varun from Changkat Changi Secondary School, invented the self-heating lunchbox Eativo. Their invention brings convenience to the user who will be able to reheat the food in the lunchbox with just a flick of the switch. They were solving a problem that they themselves and many others who have dietary restrictions face when they packed food from home. Their invention requires no heat source like an oven or a microwave and no power supply, making it extremely convenient. Hao Ran, our second place winner of the kindergarten category, invented the night patch after his foot got rolled over by a cyclist while he was walking at night. This wearable, battery-operated night patch can be stuck onto the shirt and lights up, keeping the wearer visible at night. These are some examples of how a seemingly small problem can inspire an invention that is relevant and useful for a wide audience. I am definitely looking forward to seeing what the teams have come up with this year and hope to see many more of these amazing inventions. Today, we are honored to have our guest of honor, Dr. Chong Yok Sin, with us. Dr. Chong is the managing partner of iGlobe Partners, a leading venture capital firm in Singapore. She is the president of the Singapore Computer Society, which has more than 30,000 members. She has a PhD in chemistry and is a certified healthcare professional, healthcare CIO, and project manager. She serves as an advisory member of the KLAS board, is also a board member of the Singapore Land Authority, and is chairman of the IT board. She also sits on the Board of Governors of the Republic Polytechnic, SG Enable, and the National Kidney Foundation. Dr. Chong, over to you.
Good morning, Miss Nancy Soon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thank you for inviting me to this Open National Invention Convention 2020. It is my honor to be here amongst our young inventors today, for you create our tomorrow. So what is an inventor? An inventor is a person who creates or discovers a new method, form, device, or other useful means that becomes known as an invention. And the word inventor comes from the Latin verb invenire, meaning to find. So an invention need not be a new device, but could be a new method, form, or a new solution that hasn't been recognized as yet. My own experience with inventing things was during my PhD work in chemistry, when I had to synthesize new molecules and study their behavior in various conditions. And the whole process meant conducting numerous experiments, observing the results, and then modifying or improving the experiment to find the most stable conditions for the molecules. And these same bonds would be present in compounds meant for example, medicines. It was quite a thrilling experience to be able to see how my invention could be applied to other areas. But the most precious lesson I learned from that study was really perseverance against all odds in order to attain the right experimental condition. So you cannot give up along the way. In my job as a venture capitalist too, I have the privilege to meet many inventors seeking funding for their projects. And the main criteria that we invest in them are the uniqueness of the product, the market that they could create or enhance, and the resilience of the founder. Hence, although the founding team may have invented the product, we would consider whether the founder could create lasting value based on how persevering or resilient the founder is. And the reason is that an invention may need to be adjusted to fit with the demands of the market along the way. And how well this adjustment is done really depends on the perseverance of the founder or the founding team. Sometimes the adjustments are minor, but sometimes major. So the ability to judge and calibrate the product along the way is crucial for success. For the final product is often not the same as when the founder started. Take an example as in Unity, the company that iGlobe invested in. So it started as a developer of games, but it quickly discovered that it could command a larger market by being a platform for game developers and subsequently as a 3D real-time game development platform with a superior rendering engine. And this rendering engine spawned off other vertical businesses in architecture, engineering, construction, as well as manufacturing fields where you used it to design your vehicle or building. It is used extensively for developing applications in general today. Unity is worth about probably close to 30 billion on the New York Stock Exchange today. And it took 12 years before they had their IPO, but its value was growing by leaps and bounds even before this. And the inventors in Unity could pivot the product for other users. And you could also say that the company invented and then innovated to create many other users beyond their first invention. And resilience was the same quality that Thomas Edison had when he invented the light bulb after trying 900 times. And Edison said that it took 1,000 steps to invent the light bulb. So he did view the previous attempts as failures, but each step was an improvement over the last one in order to get the light bulb finally working. And today we can't live without inventions such as the oven, the water heater, the air conditioner, the car, coffee machines, refrigerator, the humble fork and spoons, medicines, school even. Abraham Lincoln, in his famous speech in 1858 for creating the new America through young scientists said, "All creation is but a mine, and every man a miner. The fishes, the birds, the bees, and creeping things are not miners, but merely feeders and lodgers. And beavers build houses, but they build them the same way 5,000 years ago. Ants and honeybees provide food for winter, but just in the same way they did thousands of years ago. So man is not the only animal who labors, but he is the only one who improves his workmanship. And this improvement he effects by discoveries and inventions. So inventors create lasting value that help people live better. Each inventor may have invented under very different circumstances, but so many people benefited from their invention, and that is the lasting value that they have created. At the Singapore Computer Society, which I represent, We encourage inventions as well through our 22 student chapters representing every institute of higher learning and the ITE in Singapore. And we have an event called the Splash event, which gives recognition to our teams of inventors from the JCs and IHLs, or Institution of Higher Learning, or universities, polytechnics, and the ITE, who come up with novel ideas and projects to solve real problems. And as a society, we provide webinars for learning and platforms for the exchange of ideas. And we are privileged to support this very event as we embrace the same values of promoting inventions. So I'm really glad that this convention celebrates invention. I'm super excited that this is a Young Inventors Conference and the participants are K-12 students because you are never too young to be an inventor. And look at these examples. The television. Philo Farnsworth was just 50 years old when he developed components that would become crucial to the development of an all-electronic television. So he had always been interested in engineering and mechanics. He had previously repaired his family's generator and converted their hand-powered washing machine to run on electricity, and his video camera tube image pickup device was produced commercially as part of television sets until 1951. And how about glow sheets that glow in the dark? In 1974, a 10-year-old by the name of Becky Schroeder was trying to do her homework in the dark of her mother's car, and she wondered whether there was a way to make her page glow with light. Becky experimented with phosphorescent paint lines and acrylic boards until she came up with something that worked to illuminate the paper. So she was 12 when she got her US patent, the youngest ever recipient. And today, doctors, the police, the Navy have used glow sheets. And Becky made her invention into a career in adulthood as well. How about windsurfing? Keen on water sports, a British boy by the name of Peter Chilvers is now credited as having created the first sailboard in 1958 when he was just 12. And the board and sport came to prominence in the 1960s. And it was actually the efforts of the designers who popularized it to patent their idea that proved Chilvers to be the originator. And he was seen with his invention in an early photograph, which most importantly included the joint design crucial to the later claimant's supposed case for the surfboard. How about the telephone? The telephone has several credited inventors, and while Scottish-born Alexander Graham Bell was 29 when the device was patented, his activity throughout his life up until then is notable for his inventions. And he wasn't known to be a gifted student, but he was just interested in how things were made and solving problems with curiosity, such as working out at age 12 how the grate mill removed husks. So among his other inventions were kites and experiments in sound and visible speech for the deaf. How about the trampoline? It made sense that a young gymnast might have the inspiration for a trampoline. It was after marveling at trapeze artists in the 1930s that 16-year-old George Nissen thought their performance would have been even better if they could continue bouncing. So using his family's garage as a workshop, he created his bouncing rig by strapping canvas sheets to a steel frame. And along with his gymnastics coach, he added more flexibility by adding tire inner tubes to the edges. So the equivalent of springs that we still see today on trampolines. What about Braille? So Louis Braille had been blind in both eyes since an accident at the age of 3. In 1821, his teacher introduced the class to a system of embossed dot reading which had been invented for the military to decipher messages but was thought to be too complicated to use. So inspired by this, Braille experimented with paper, slates, and a stylus to work out a simpler system. So 4 years later, when he was barely 16 years old, he had come up with a versatile method which could be used to represent 64 letters and characters. And Braille became a teacher to spread his knowledge and code. And by the 1920s, it had become the global standard for reading that is today. So the calculator was invented by Blaise Pascal, who went on to have a successful and celebrated career as a mathematician, physicist, and a philosopher. But he had invented the calculator in the 1640s. His father was a tax collector, and at the age of 18, Pascal came up with this machine for adding and subtracting to help with the tedious accounting involved. And he made continued improvements to the device, building 50 models over the years and contributing to the knowledge of the designs that would later become the calculators we know today. So I'm sure we can look forward to hearing of the many exciting inventions that our young friends have for us at this conference. So let us be inventors, young and old, every minute of the day in whatever we do. And let us have this curiosity to find and the perseverance to find it. So this is the excitement of being human, that tomorrow can be better by our inventions today. So I wish you a successful conference ahead and thank you for having me.
Thank you, Dr. Chong, for taking time out of your busy schedule to speak with all of us and the young inventors here today. We are also pleased to have with us Professor Jake Mendelson, all the way from the United States, despite the time difference. Jake built his first machines out of wooden sticks, and that led him to get an engineering degree and an MBA. He has started companies to manufacture and sell electronic and microcontroller-based products. He's also deeply committed to sharing his love of science and engineering with the next generation. And so, in addition, he's a certified physics and tech ed teacher and has taught advanced courses in several technical subjects at some of the best science and engineering high schools in the US. He's also one of the founding members of the Connecticut Invention Convention, and for the past 36 years, he has worked with them to enhance the creativity and problem-solving skills of students from kindergarten to grade 12. We are honored to have him as an advisor to IDE Academy. Over to you, Professor Jake.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jake Mendelson, and I am so happy to be talking with you today. I think it is so exciting that you are all participating in the Singapore Open National Invention Convention. This is an incredible event, and I know you are as happy to be in it as I am to be talking to you and to watching what you have done. This is amazing, and you have put a lot of work into it. Congratulations to everyone. But I'd also like to talk to you about some things you might not be aware of. For example, there were lots of invention conventions before this wonderful event. And very frankly, there will be many invention conventions after this event. But this event is special because of the virus, because of all the extra work and the extra problems that you've had to do to be part of this wonderful program. So of all the students around the world who've been part of invention conventions, you are special because this has been a very traumatic year and a very difficult year for everybody. And you rose to the occasion and you did extra special work and did extra special things. And congratulations to all of you. Now, one of the other things that you may not be aware of is what exactly have you done? Well, you've really created three things. First of all, you've created your invention. And I've gotten a chance to look at some of them, and I'll be seeing more. And I know how excited you must be because of what you have done. Your inventions are very, very impressive, and the work that you have put into it is very, very wonderful. Congratulations on your inventions and all the work that you put into it. But you are also doing something else. You are gaining life skills that you will use throughout your life, no matter what career that you eventually take. Some of you will become inventors. Some of you may become engineers or doctors or lawyers or painters or teachers. Whatever you end up doing, you will use the skills that you have learned in this invention convention, and they will help you in whatever career you have. So what have you learned? Well, you've learned perseverance, staying on a task and keep working at it. I'm sure your invention did not work the very first time. So if you have learned perseverance and how to overcome failure, never giving up, keep on trying, you have looked at things in different ways and thought, how can I do something differently than what was done before? That kind of creativity you will use no matter what career you take in your life. You will use those skills. And so one of the things that you are creating in this invention is very frankly yourself. You are gaining the skills that you will need in the future, whatever that future may be. Now, there's one more thing that you're creating, and you are creating the future of the world itself. There are students participating in this event from all over the globe, and all of you will become adults in the future, and you will be the people who make the future what it is. And you will use the skills that you have learned in this event to create that future. Now, in 20 years, you won't remember me and you won't remember this speech, but you will remember what you have done in the Singapore National Invention Convention. And you will remember that, and it will be a guide for you throughout your lives. So the three things that you are inventing, you made your invention, you are making yourself, and you are making the future. The future not only for you and not only for your country, but frankly for the entire world. So I want to congratulate everyone involved. Good luck to all of you. I know you're all excited about this, but I can assure you I'm even more excited to be talking with you and to be congratulating you and to encouraging you in this wonderful adventure. Good luck to everyone.
Thank you, Professor Jake, for sharing that positive message with all our young inventors here today. Now I have one more special guest for you to meet. Some of you might have met her last year. Now she's very excited and she's also very, very clever. Let's welcome Professor Prototype!
Hi Meg, how are you?
Hi, Professor Prototype. I'm doing great. I haven't seen you since last year, I think.
That's right, I saw you at the National Design Centre where we had lots of young Singapore inventors who had great inventions that were going to change the world.
Yep, that was last year's Invention Convention, which was the first, and this is the second one we're having actually. And this year, have you heard? We're having competitors from not only Singapore.
That's right, I've heard they're from Japan and Thailand and Vietnam.
Yes. So that's the beauty of having a virtual event. You can have inventors from all over the world, or in our case, 4 countries, and you can have judges and guests really from all over the world, like all of you watching at home.
That's right, and you get to do it from the comfort and safety of your own home. Look around us. We're at Fort Canning Park in Singapore.
So where we're standing right here at the stage, it's facing the Fort Canning Centre.
Did you know, I was just wandering around and I found out that the Fort Canning Centre has actually been reinvented a couple of times.
Really?
It started off as British Army Barracks, and then there's even a squash court, and then it became, I think, also a private museum. So many different things it's become.
That's amazing. And there's a very exciting place here at Fort Canning Centre as well. Fort Canning Park, sorry.
Oh, that's right. I know. It's one of the last archaeological dig sites in Singapore, and I'm so excited to check it out.
You should. And this platform, kindly sponsored by LGR Technology, of course, allows you to click and get quite close to it.
I'm definitely going to explore that dig site over the next few days.
And what else will you be doing over the next few days, Professor Prototype?
That's right, that's why I'm here. I've had the pleasure of meeting some wonderful young inventors, and I'm going to share a little bit more about them with you over the next few days. So go check out the Professor Prototype features as well.
Yes, everyone, do check it out. I'm excited to watch them too. So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you around.
See you. Bye, Meg.
Bye. Throughout the day, we will be broadcasting all the live judging sessions from this stage, and you can find the event schedule over here. The award ceremony, where we will announce the winners of each grade and the winners of industry awards, will be held on the 4th of December, right here on this platform. So save the date. We might not be able to organize a physical event due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but this platform brings you the same experience of walking through various booths and looking at their inventions. Apart from our inventor booths, you'll also find booths set up by our sponsors. Our presenting sponsor, LDR Technology, also has a surprise AR element at their booth. Take a picture with it and tag us at IDE-STEMI on Instagram. Remember to use the hashtags InventionConventionSG and Invent Your Future 2020. Today, we have Yiping from Kids Global, who will be conducting an invention education workshop that's open to students, parents, and educators alike. Join him as he guides you to think like an inventor. He comes up right after this. We are also honored to have Dr. Marcy Klein, a pediatrician and co-founder of Three Ducks Design, who will be conducting a parent talk on raising young inventors. She is zooming in all the way from Connecticut, USA at 8 p.m. Singapore time, so don't miss out. Enjoy the event, and I'll catch all of you later. Bye!